Hey, and welcome to another installment of Catching Up. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
And we're back. I hope you guys had an antastic week. Better than that pun I just made, because I hate myself more for it. But,
I hate you too.
Yeah. But let's just leave it in the comments. Yeah. So, you guys do anything out of the ordinary this week? Don't all jump at once.
No, not out of the ordinary.
Yeah. You almost went up to New York to...
Almost. I got an email. I'm part of an actors thing, and I get emails from time to time about like being extras in this and being like background characters in that. And I got an email to be in the second Ninja Turtles movie, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? You know, I hated the first one, but whatever.
As did we all.
This one's got Casey Jones. But never heard it back from him, so I ended up not driving up to New York today.
What if they're like up in New York? They're like, all right, guys, he'll be here any minute.
Yeah. We need one
Guys,
more.
we got Chris Nolan on this movie.
Yeah. We just need one more to complete the shot.
Yeah, well, shouldn't have sent the email to my spam folder then.
Yeah. Sorry, boys.
That's what happened. That's what happened with Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, yeah.
The email went to my spam folder.
For the Heinz Field sequence?
Mm-hmm. Oh, well.
Yeah. Josh, you do anything other than you got a haircut?
Yes, and I saw Ant-Man this weekend.
Funnily enough, so did we.
Yeah.
So what did we... Broad strokes before we go in spoiler land.
Yeah.
What did we think?
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it as well.
I thought it was very funny, and outside of Guardians of the Galaxy, probably one of my favorite Marvel movies to come out within the last couple of years.
Certainly, you certainly enjoyed it more than Age of Ultron.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I go that far, too.
As I famously said, better than Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Famously.
Yeah. It's up there.
It's famous now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hovering. I enjoy all 11 Marvel films. In fact, I enjoy all 12 Marvel films because there's actually fucking 12 in the MCU. Miscounted. That's
one. It. We're done.
Yeah,
I'm embarrassed.
All of our legitimacy just out the fucking window.
You know how delicate geek cred is.
Oh, I've seen I've been in flame wars on Twitter, the recipient of. Mainly because I spoke out against Gamergate. And I was like, it's not about integrity and journalism, you fucks. And they were like, oh, yeah. And I was like, well, I'm just going to block you. But anyway, to go back to Ant-Man, I would put it in the midpoint. It's top 5-ish. If not top 5, then it's right out of
What's a movie that's already come out of the previous 11 that you could compare it to? Is there one like on that scale? It's kind of like a insert Marvel movie.
I mean, I would put it up there with like being similar to Guardians in the sense that it has that nice balance of humor and action.
I feel like it was outside of Guardians, and maybe even more.
And also,
so
it had basically the same plot as the first Iron Man movie.
Yeah, and maybe even more so than Guardians. It was the most effortlessly, like it was effortless, and it's how funny it was. And
True that.
It didn't try for those laughs.
It didn't try.
It was hard.
It there's some jokes that whatever that aren't going to work, but it was, and it helps that Paul Rudd is in it, because Paul Rudd's naturally charming, naturally funny. I can't. I mean, I've only seen it once. I think we've all only seen it once, but I wish I could remember. There's a certain scene I remember when we were watching it that I was like, that's why you cast. Oh, we're gonna enter spoiler land, so put your seatbelts on.
Spoiler land time.
It's spoiler land time.
Exit 13 to spoiler land.
And
why 13?
Not sure.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
I was curious.
It's weird because when you said 13, I was like, "That's right."
I feel,
and I don't know why.
If I remember correctly, exit 13 on the Jersey Turnpike is the Lincoln Tunnel. Maybe
Get you right into New York.
Mm-hmm.
I think exit 7 is how you go to Freehold, Springsteen's hometown. Anyway,
yeah.
Because he's not from Asbury Park. The scene towards the end, or a third act scene where Hank Pym and his daughter are sharing a moment, and Paul Rudd ruins it. And I was like, "That's why you cast Paul Rudd, because it's an honest moment from Paul Rudd's character, and because everyone knows Paul Rudd. He's not like who's this guy they cast as Ant-Man? Everyone knows Paul Rudd. That's not the case for and it's not a bad thing. It's not when most people when they cast Chris Hemsworth as Thor, he was known as Kirk's dad in the first couple minutes of Star Trek, and now he's huge. And again,
when
it's
they cast Chris Evans as Cap, he was the Human Torch.
Yeah, and again,
and
it's
that
not
guy from Not Another Teen Movie.
it's not a detriment or a bad thing towards either of the Chris eyes. But I think it kind of helped that Paul Rudd, was more famous than the character he was playing.
And the cool thing about it is
more well known.
Yeah, well, the cool thing about his Scott Lang is it's not a completely off base performance by him, but it's different enough where you're not like, oh, that's the guy from. I mean, it's clearly the guy from I Love You Man and Role Models.
Yeah,
but it's not just another stock Paul Rudd
which is
role.
fine because those are great performances and characters. Like you like Paul Rudd in that movie. Like you just like Paul Rudd. You root for Paul Rudd. And it was one. Did Chris? Did you see it in 3D?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I heard it's really fucking fun in 3D because of like the shrinking aspect and like all the big stuff. And like if I see it again, it would be. I would definitely just to see it in 3D.
I had the same feeling like when I was buying my ticket for it. As I think I've mentioned on this show, like I wasn't super like psyched for it, so I was like, "Fuck no, I'm not going to watch it in 3D. I'm not going to spend that much money for a movie that I'm not even sure about." But I was like, but I imagine that if they do the especially like the shrinking and growing stuff well, that it'll look good in 3D. And now that I have seen it, and it did end up being better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
I probably would be willing to see it in 3D.
I feel like the first time he shrinks in the bathtub and goes all throughout the apartment, out the window and everything would be really fun in 3D.
Yeah.
Like going under the doorstep and but yeah, it was. I think our immediate reaction when it ended, because Josh, Sam, and I all went to see it. I think our immediate reaction at first was, it was kind of weird because we all kind of turned at each other and were like, "Is it like the lower echelon of Marvel movies?" And no offense to this movie whatsoever. At least I don't know about Josh, but Sam and I, we weren't like it's the best Marvel movie ever made. And
I feel like it's the most non-Marvel Marvel movie.
It is,
which can go, as a plus or a negative depending on what your mindset is.
One thing that was nice, along with like the effortless kind of funny nature of it, was it wasn't a commercial for the next Marvel movie. It wasn't Ant-Man's cool, but guys, the next one's going to be cooler.
Yeah, and it didn't feel like shoehorned in. Like all the
No.
references to the larger universe were organic.
Yeah, and they were
I
fun. Again, we've already out of spoiler land, so it's too late. You can't turn back once you're on exit 13.
U-turns.
Yeah.
By the way, just real quick, I needed to look it up for my own.
Okay.
Exit 13 gets you to Newark Airport. Lincoln Tunnel is 16E.
Oh.
For anyone traveling on
So now,
the turnpike right
so then
now.
we're flying
Yeah.
to Spoiler Town.
Exactly.
Yeah, because who the hell wants to stay in Newark?
Yeah.
Right?
And all our Newark listeners.
You go to Newark to leave Newark.
But
Everyone forgets Born to Run, the unofficial state song of New Jersey, is about running from New Jersey.
getting out of Jersey, yeah.
To be fair, I didn't know that, so I couldn't forget it.
Just town full of losers.
Just to save face.
Town full of losers, and I'm pulling out here to win. But
it's almost like how Reagan had Born in the USA as his campaign song.
yeah.
It's actually supposed to be a sadder song.
Well, it's like the most unpatriotic song
Yeah.
in the world. So it's Josh.
So
It's
Ant-Man.
unpatriotic.
Yeah.
Josh. I'm looking at
Yeah.
you, Josh.
Josh.
To be fair,
It's about as unpatriotic as Josh.
Springsteen. I don't
While
know.
he's wearing his Captain America jacket.
I don't know if it was his intention to make it sound patriotic, because when you have those big synths and drums, it's hard. When you hear a song called "Born in the USA," it's hard not to.
Yeah, when you're yelling "Born in the USA," it's hard to.
But the thing
it's
is,
hard to not feel pride.
in classic Springsteen fashion, if you listen to the verse, you're like, Jesus, this is depressing.
Yeah.
Real quick, I remember when I finally figured out that "Born in the USA" was not a patriotic song, and I ran downstairs because my dad is like the reason I'm a Springsteen fan, and I ran downstairs and I was like, Dad. He had a brother in IK San fighting off the Viet Cong. He's still there. He's all gone. His brother, his friend, died in Vietnam. It's about Vietnam and like coming back and not getting a job and like being treated like shit even though you fought for your country, and like spewing off all this. And he looks at me and he's like, "Yeah, I know."
In true dad fashion.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I know." And I was like, "Fuck." It's like when I said, he's like, Rocky loses in the first Rocky. It's like, "Fuck, he doesn't." And then he loses, and I went upstairs. And I was like, "Hey, Dad, Rocky lost." And he goes, "Yeah, I know." I was alive in 1976. The hype was real.
God, Jake, you're such a fuck
Yeah.
ass.
Only a year after Born the Run, which of course is not Born the USA. Anyway, Josh, what did you have to say about Ant-Man?
Well, Jesus, I don't think I can follow that.
How does Springsteen relate to your enjoyment
Yes.
of Ant-Man?
What's your favorite Springsteen song first, and what Springsteen song would you compare Ant-Man to? Go.
What Springsteen song would you have replaced the theme song for Ant-Man
Yes.
with?
During the credits, what Springsteen song would you play for Big Things, Small Things Come? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Say Tunnel of Love.
It's a great song, but the album's not better than Born in the USA. Was that Cracked? Was that Cracked.com?
That was Crack that said Tunnel of Love is better than Born in the USA because they're like, it's the synth album that Springsteen meant to put out.
Yeah. Fuck you, Cracked.com.
Fuck Cracked.
Having written for Cracked,
Yeah.
I can say, fuck you.
Yeah.
I
Fuck
can-
you for that, and then fuck you for that.
And fuck you, Josh.
Yeah, Josh. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I was going to say Dancing in the Dark.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Hey, actually,
Can't start a fire.
Yeah.
Dance, dance, dance.
That's another song that's-
Dancing in the dark.
that's kind of. That's another song. Actually, to be fair, not at all. But
I just really wanted
that's
to say
actually
that.
that's actually genius because you know the scene when like they're in the briefcase fighting. If they would have
Yeah.
been playing Dancing in the Dark when they were like fighting the briefcase, I don't know how they would have got to it. It's like we're dancing in the dark, playing Dancing in the Dark.
That would have been a really poorly shoehorned.
I
in,
did love, I can't begrudge any film to have such a heavy Cure reference, though.
right.
That was fantastic. That was one of my favorite.
That was a
moments
Cure
of the
song
movie.
that I didn't even know existed. Then again, I only know like 3 Cure songs, so. But I thought that was a very clever joke. So, Josh.
Yeah. Anyway, Josh, what the fuck did you think of Ant-Man?
Yeah, Jesus, Josh.
So Dancing in the Dark, Ant-Man.
Yeah, it's actually not bad, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Well, going
Fuck
into
you.
the film, I kept continuously hearing that it was going to be a heist movie. Like, it was specifically to steal something in the film. And
To be fair, it was.
yeah, well, with what you guys saying, it didn't feel like a Marvel film. That's true. It felt more like a heist film.
Elaborate heist.
Well, yes.
A comedic heist.
But
It was like Ocean's 11 with superheroes.
yeah, well, like whereas Guardians kind of was in a
A
way
romp.
like a heist movie, this felt more like Heat with comedic elements and superheroes running around.
Man, I was waiting for that. Where's the gunfight?
Yeah, I
God
don't
damn.
remember Scott Lang standing on top of a car firing off an automatic rounds.
It was
into,
that was when Thomas the
street.
Tank Engine drove through.
oh, and then when the tank
Yeah.
flew. Okay,
Yeah.
that's Heat.
By the way,
Michael
by
Mann.
the way, so Ken and I are. I watched it separately from the rest of you three, in case you guys didn't know.
Wait,
But-
you weren't there?
No, I went with our buddy Kenneth.
Huh.
And,
Call me Kenneth.
What's the frequency, Kenneth?
He doesn't know. So the basically like while they're getting into heist mode and they're entering PIM Industries or PIM Technology, whatever it was, for like the last time before the heist, and Hank Pym puts down his keychain and we see the tank. Ken goes, they focus on that tank a lot. You think it's not just a you think it's something special? And I was like, maybe it's a tank that's been shrunk down to keychain size. And Ken, in true Ken fashion, because he's a huge fangirl, just like spaghetti arms. And then like
In the theater?
yeah, and then like 30 minutes later, boom, tank drives through the facade of the
Did he spaghetti arm again?
Yeah, he did. Oh my god, that boy spaghetti arms like crazy. If you want an animated person to watch a movie next to, go watch some sort of geeky fucking movie.
Sit
with
in
Kenneth.
between Josh and Ken.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So basically, we put him in a suit and tie, and he becomes Slenderman.
Yeah. All he wants is a hug.
No.
And to stop reading, you to stop reading those pages in the
Yeah,
woods.
those are his sketches. He's like George McFly, not wanting you to read his notes because he can't handle the rejection.
Here's something.
Makes sense.
Did you get the Batman v Superman trailer
Yes, I
before
did.
Ant-Man? Oh yeah.
I got Batman v
I remember
Superman. I
Josh-
got Suicide Squad. I got Star Wars. I got this new
You got
Jennifer.
Suicide Squad?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Damn, I
wait.
wish we got Suicide Squad.
Oh, that'd been awesome.
We went to the Alamo in Loudon. So who knows? Those might just be like rips off the internet. Because
No,
they
well, Suicide Squad was official.
yeah, well,
They would have played it.
but yeah.
If they
Yeah,
would have
but
played
yeah.
Deadpool, then you would have known. Like, what
Right.
the fuck? Especially if they played
but yeah, so we got Batman, Superman, we got Deadpool, we got Suicide Squad, we got
so cool.
Star Wars. We also got some new Jennifer Lawrence movie that the trailer was awful
Oh,
for.
Joy. We got that.
Yes.
We got that during Trainwreck.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe that's where I saw it.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't see it. We saw Trainwreck the day before I saw Ant-Man.
Can I just go on record and say David O. Russell sucks?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I like the
That's-
fighter,
that-
but
that's
like
me on the record.
he's as a person, he kind of sucks.
Who's David O. Russell?
He directed The Fighter. He directed I Heart Huckabees. He directed.
I like that movie, but still he sucks.
Well, yeah, I like I Heart
Yeah,
Huckabees.
he
actually.
did American Hustle.
American Hustle.
American
he did
Hustle and-
Silver Linings
And he
Playbook.
did Joy.
and
I-
Jo-
yeah,
Joy.
Well, then the two movies that you guys just listed off that I've seen were awful. So
Fuck him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Also, he like.
Get new actors because you had fucking Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper in Joy.
Yeah, he
Come
also
on.
like mistreats his actors like some shit.
Although George Clooney punched him in the face.
Because he mistreats his actors
Yeah,
like
so,
some shit.
and that's why George Clooney is the anti-Russell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's that video from the I Heart Huckabee
Yeah,
set of
it's
him
terrible.
and what's
Lily
her name?
Tomlin.
Yeah, Lily Tomlin just
And
going nuts.
Dustin Hoffman just kind of like,
Yeah, being that like awkward, like mom and dad are fighting.
Said it's more like mom and son are fighting, and dad's like
Yeah.
awkwardly standing there.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Like there's no
Yeah.
need for that. And like
Yeah.
the thing that
Amy
okay,
Adams now refuses to work because of how he treated her on the set of
Really?
American Hustle.
Yeah.
here's the thing, like you know, the A-list stars, like no one should get yelled at like that ever. You know, it's not cool. Like
Yeah, to
it's-
any subordinate
yeah,
worker.
nobody should. But A-listers, okay, A-listers can take you as
But I'm a
A-listers.
creative genius.
Yeah.
Fuck yourself.
So is Lily Tomlin.
Yeah, but so it's not
Blow
cool.
it out your ass.
It's not cool regardless. But he did it to like extras on the set of Three Kings.
Yeah.
And that's when George Clooney like punched him in the face.
Yeah.
It was like fuck
Because
you.
he was treating him like less than human. He's
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm fucking Batman.
Yeah.
He's still coming off that.
Yeah, George Clooney is.
I
the
was
fucking
in
man.
Batman.
Yeah.
I was in From Dusk Till Dawn. I was in ER.
Yeah.
Two things better than Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
he was like the best thing about ER. I don't know. He wasn't in the whole run obviously, but he was so cool on ER.
Yeah.
That was the main. Once he left ER, my mom stopped watching.
Really?
My mom was
I think
a
my mom. I
diehard
feel like my
ER
mom
fan.
was. She watched the entire series, but I feel like her heart wasn't in it after George Clooney left.
Yeah.
She just was like, oh, I gotta watch ER again.
Yeah. So, Josh, what do you think of Ant-Man?
Yeah.
Favorite George Clooney movie as it relates to Ant-Man.
Yes.
What are your feelings towards David O. Russell?
Yes. And what is your favorite ER episode? And what did you feel of Alexis Bledel being in the finale, which actually happened and I watched it. It was awesome.
It's got Stamos.
I like how you just turned the mic.
I turned the mic because I can't keep talking.
I'm only going to answer one of those questions. You're going to have to guess which one it is.
Bledel.
Yeah.
Stamos.
You're all fucking wrong.
Isn't it
Get
Jared
out.
Padalecki? Isn't Jared Padalecki's birthday today? I think it is, by the way.
I
You're
believe
just
it
trying to
was-
distract him at this
No,
point.
no, it was his birthday
No, I said
yesterday.
Bledel, Dean.
It is
from Gilmore
Benedict
Girls.
Cumberbatch's
It is
birthday.
Benedict Cumberbatch's birthday, and was there any Doctor Strange references to Ant-Man?
The quantum realm.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's got. No.
What's the quantum realm then?
It-
Joshua.
What's the frequency?
Joshua.
No. The mystical realm would be more attuned to strange. The quantum realm is.
You come from a world where it's
Magic.
magic. I come from a world where it's fuck.
Yeah. Together, it's one and the same.
Oh, so magic and fucking.
It makes
are the
You
same
call
thing.
it
Awesome.
science. Your ancients called it magic. I come from a land where it's one and the same.
Mic drop.
But don't actually
What's
do that.
funny is
That hurts
because
mics.
yeah. Don't ever drop a mic. Don't tap a mic either. Josh. God damn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it doesn't. It's quantum realm isn't Strange World.
No, quantum realm is, as they speak
Is
about
it,
in the film,
is it
just
D. Snyder's Strange Days?
it might be more close to
Appropriate
that.
response.
Yeah, sure.
Appropriate response.
But no, the quantum realm is, as explained in the film, where basically all concepts of time just don't matter. Don't mean
Kind
shit.
of like the Mystic Realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to make that leap, sure.
I mean, it's fucking fiction.
I mean, what
so
el-
why not? It's
my-
a comic book.
My
movie.
thing is like Adam or Peyton Reed was all like, the quantum realm is going to inform something, and you're going to see it. The only Marvel movie I can think of that would take place in such a psychedelic world, unless they like find something really fucking wacky in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which isn't out of the question. But I was thinking Doctor Strange.
Or if they somehow magically got the rights back to the X-Men, and that was where fucking Nightcrawler bamfs to.
That I could see more, but the quantum realm, they kind of
'Cause
made
I feel
it.
like that's the same thing as the Mystic
Well, the
Realm.
quantum realm,
Negative Zone if they get back the rights to the Fantastic Four.
they kept alluding
Or
to,
the
you
Phantom Zone if they somehow get the rights to DC.
Superman.
know, if you keep,
Just the Phantom Zone, though.
if
Just the Phantom Zone.
if you keep shrinking enough, eventually you'll just.
Well, maybe that's what Doctor Strange does.
Also, isn't the end of that movie exactly like Interstellar, where like he's like trying to remember his daughter as he's shrinking into nothing?
oddly enough, I was going to say 2001 Space Odyssey, but it's
That too.
basically the same thing.
Yeah.
No, I'll give it to both of you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dug it. I liked it.
It was cool. His suit is so cool.
I still say that this movie would have been a million times better if Edgar Wright had stayed on to direct it.
Though,
Very much in his vein, you know.
Yeah, you can still see it in the DNA, I think.
Yeah, he has a lot of those like Shaun of the Dead-esque, like, cut back and forth and like quick chops here and there. And I loved whenever Michael Peña's character would like be like oh, this guy said this and this, and it would cut to like those the different actors mouthing the words that he's saying. Like that was beautiful. But like I feel like it would have just
Over the top.
yeah, like
Yeah,
if
and
it just picture that but shot like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Like that would have
yeah.
sorry.
One of my things is the movie feels really rushed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think that's because, they lost a director 2 weeks before principal photography was supposed to start.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
well.
And so it seems to like
Hence why it has a lot of his soul still in it.
Yeah.
Because they were probably able to just pull from all the storyboards that had been done. He basically wrote the script, and all that stuff. And then there was like punch up done and, here and there.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of like he had pretty much he had finished pre-production.
Yeah,
You
the quieter moments that I think that movie needed
Mhm.
to put it to the upper echelon for me
Yeah.
for Marvel movies were kind of steamrolled over.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that.
Speaking of the storyboard moments, I remember when I was at Comic-Con and Edgar Wright came out to display his test footage he showed.
Oh, that was beautiful test footage.
Yeah, it was basically like heist scene within Pimtech.
Yeah.
And I was glad to see that part of that original
Yeah.
concept survived to the final product.
Kind
of
of
the
like
film.
how the test footage of Deadpool was kind of inserted into what you saw at San Diego Comic-Con.
Exactly, yeah. It's nice seeing that, yes, he did leave abruptly over, we'll just say, creative differences, and Marvel pretty much
I'm
saying,
sure that's exactly what it was.
you're not making a Marvel film, what is this shit? To see that his soul is still so heavily in it.
Yeah, I think if it was an early Marvel film like it was originally supposed to be, they wouldn't have had much of a debate because they hadn't established the kind of universe and style that we kind of now know to be in Marvel movies. But since it got pushed back it was announced alongside Iron Man back in the day.
Yeah.
And, I think...
Or at least Edgar Wright has been pushing for it since around the time of Iron Man.
Yeah, but
Right.
I think he let things like, he wanted to tell his own stories like, he did The World's End. He adapted Scott Pilgrim in between. I think if he hadn't done that, which would have been a shame because I love Scott Pilgrim, and I'm wishy-washy on The World's End. For me, it's the weakest of the Cornettos.
Agreed.
But still far better than a lot of other movies that come out.
Well, yeah, I've seen some shit.
It's not the worst Pierce Brosnan movie I've ever seen.
No, I've seen his adaptation of Robinson Crusoe.
I haven't. I was talking about The World Is Not Enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, or Die Another Day.
Yeah.
Both available, but Robinson Crusoe with Pierce Brosnan available on Netflix if you want to get your just
But
corny as
Commentary of his Bond movie coming soon.
Oh yeah.
GoldenEye.
as far as like a heist Marvel film goes, and with you said the rush nature of how it felt, I felt, because it'd been gestating and taking so damn long to make, I felt like the rush nature did, in a odd turn of events, work for the story, because as they specify, they're on an extreme deadline throughout the entire film. They make a point to mention that almost every single chance they can. I don't.
It was almost like watching Drive and saying you're on an illegal cross-country road trip or whatever the fuck it was. You guys remember Drive?
Yes.
Nathan
Yeah.
Fillion, Emma
Yeah.
Stone.
Not that Drive. I remember the one with Ryan Gosling.
No. That movie sucked. I'm talking about the TV
I
series.
thought it was Carmen Electra.
No, it didn't.
It was awful. It's the only movie I've ever walked out of. That's not true. I also walked out of Dark Shadows. But
Wait, I thought that was a television
I'll give you Dark
show.
Shadows.
Yeah.
Dark Shadows?
No, Drive.
Oh,
The
because
thing you were
Dark Shadows was.
explaining.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, my dad
I
is a
did
huge
say
fan.
everyone remember that show. Didn't I?
No,
Did I
I
say
mean,
you
I
said
thought
everyone
You just said
remember
remember
Drive.
Drive.
And then the
Yeah,
only
no.
movie
I already
walked
knew
out
that you
of-
hated Drive, but I was
No,
like,
the TV show Drive with Nathan Fillion
I
Okay,
don't, I
yeah.
don't know what that is.
I
and
didn't-
Emma Stone.
never saw it.
It's basically a TV show it's a mad world. Or
Oh,
a
okay.
rat race if you're
Ah.
the same
That's-
concept.
Mad World.
Higher
is-
stakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's you're selling it to me, man. I love that film.
It was produced by one of the guys that did Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Was it network or was it cable?
Fox. So
Oh.
network.
So I'm assuming it was one of those Fox shows that only lasted a season.
They shot
I thought like less than a season.
8 episodes of it. They only showed 5.
Yeah.
Oh wow! That's
And I
worse
don't
than
think you can.
Firefly.
Yeah. Also featuring Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, God, his track record with Fox. Jeez, poor guy. At least he's killing it with Castle right now.
Yeah.
Is that the
Not
final?
on Fox.
Yeah, ABC. Yeah, is that the final season of Castle?
Oh,
I
God,
feel like it is.
I can't imagine so.
3 seasons too long.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
I only watched like the first 3 seasons. So
It's like on season like 7 or 8 now.
yeah,
Something like that.
yeah. It's been on
that's
for a
fine.
while.
Supernatural's gone on 3 seasons too long.
I would
4 or
argue-
5 now.
Yeah.
I don't even know what season they're on.
They're entering. Is it 10 or 11 now?
Basically, what I'm
I wanna
saying is
say
it
10.
should have ended after season 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they're basically saying can't stop the signal.
but what's the freak? That's gonna be the name of the fucking episode.
What's the frequency, Joshua?
Yeah. The
Fuck if I know.
Jake,
7.
what did you think of Corey Stoll's performance as the villain Darren Cross?
I thought it was shit. I thought it was like the most overacting, totally out of the loop. I don't know what he sat down with the director and was like, here's the arc. Here's the shit in between the page, man. In between the words, this is what's happening. Because there's nothing. I mean, look. I try to look for the good in like any kind of performance because that's the part of fun of watching movies. At least that's the thing I like to watch a movie for is the performances, obviously. But it just did zero for me. When he puts the suit on, it's easier because he doesn't have this like, look at me, this like, and it being, look, I
He
know
has a badass villain look too.
he does. He has a badass villain look. When he's in the suit, I'm fine. I have no problem with Corey Stoll in the suit. And look, I know my like mantra that I always do is like the whole like, be bold kind of thing. He was bold. It doesn't always work. And for me, it didn't work. I thought it was really awful. That being said, though, Michael Pena is the exact opposite. The dude fucking stole the show. I mean, he was so damn funny, and he's a guy who, he's in fucking Fury, man. Like, he can do all kinds of performances.
Speaking of David O. Russell, he's an American Hustle. I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but that's just how it came out.
But
I just opened my mouth and out it came.
yeah,
Usually things are coming in.
yeah. But no, I mean, it's just the thing about Corey Stoll is like there's no arc. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he goes from.
We're just led to believe this guy was like this.
He's just always a bad guy.
And if that's
Always,
the case,
yeah.
why did Hank Pym ever choose him? Like Hank Pym says, like,
That's why Hank Pym pushed him away.
He's like, I chose you because you remind me of me, but then I also pushed you away because you reminded me of me. Hank Pym isn't like that whatsoever. You know what I mean? There's zero of that in Hank Pym, maybe in the comics, but like,
Speaking of which, Michael Douglas, great job.
yeah, he was
Yeah,
fantastic.
and
He was really, really good.
Thankfully, we don't get the comic book version of him in this film because that would have made for one hell of a different performance.
Yeah, where he's very insecure and all that, and
Spousal abuse.
that's yes.
Mhm.
Whereas
Jesus.
they give him a very sympathetic arc with his wife.
Yeah.
I loved that they had the little flashback moment between them.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
so glad, even though it was very short. I was so glad to see that.
Yeah, there was.
That was more in Wright's thing, where it's
Mhm.
supposed to be like this kind of Tales to Astonish kind of style.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in the trailer footage they showed where we would have seen like the, I guess, Cold War era original
Mhm.
Ant-Man like actually going on missions for S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, I saw there was this is way back, before there was even a trailer or a teaser for the trailer or a motion poster was Michael Douglas was at a con, and in front of him was the Ant-Man helmet from the comic books, like the silver. And I don't know if that was something they just made for that event as a prop, but I was hoping, and I don't know, it goes pretty quick. I was hoping somewhere in his laboratory there would have been like a prototype helmet, like the original Ant-Man helmet somewhere. That would have been cool. I'm sure it probably is in there. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, that would have been nice to see.
Because that was the one thing when I heard the Edgar Wright thing I thought was really cool. It would have been really cool was they were going to have this like not grainy, but like a different filter footage to make it look very old school and have him doing one last mission.
Yeah, and instead we got like B-roll footage within the
Yeah,
Triskelion
it was still kind of cool.
village.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
It was still kind of cool, but it could have been better. With the flashback footage. I just
Although,
blanked for a second.
His de-aged look in the opening was a
Yeah.
lot
Oh, that's the
better
God.
than the Jeff Bridges and Tron legacy.
Yeah, I mean, every year technology gets better and better, but like man,
Yeah, it's been 5 years. Since
Well,
Tron
I think
Legacy.
this year they just went for straight up amazing makeup effects instead of like we're just
That's
gonna
true. It looked
de-age you with computers.
it looked really good.
Yeah.
And Haley Atwell looked really good.
Yeah,
Aged, yeah.
Well,
So-
Like a
she's
fine
timeless.
wine.
Yeah, that's Haley Atwell.
Go see
Yeah.
John Slattery now that Mad Men's done is basically. I mean, they never really change how he looks. They're just like, yeah, you've had like white hair since you were like 40. Awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, he shows up again. That was really cool.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because those scenes take place in 1989.
Yeah.
Taylor
When all of
Swift.
us were young pups.
Yeah, Taylor
yeah,
Swift's
movies.
favorite year.
Taylor Swift
Yeah.
was born.
Yeah. But that means that Tony was, I guess, older than I thought when his parents died, or younger than than Robert Downey Jr. actually is.
Yeah.
That if Howard Stark's, still
Bit of both.
Still kicking.
probably, yeah, they probably de-aged him too.
He's both younger and older at the same time.
Yeah,
it's
the
Marvel.
paradox.
It's Marvel.
Yeah, it's a fucking comic book.
Yeah.
It's fucking fiction.
If only, I'm waiting for my Grant Morrison should have been Darren Cross.
Oh yeah.
If we're going for bald villains,
Yeah. Totally. And that thought seriously was going through my mind multiple times throughout the movie. I was like, man, just get Grant Morrison.
Yeah, I have to say, of all the things that were rushed for this film, that, having him go from zero to batshit crazy the second he's on screen and just overacting his evilness was probably a result of that.
Now, if I may counter you guys a little bit, by no means did I think Stoll did an amazing performance,
Oscar worthy.
but I did not. I don't find the hatred. I would say in it. Like my big thing was when everyone's like, oh well, it's the Pym particle or whatever the fuck, messing with his emotions. I was like, we've never seen him take the Pym particle, nor does anyone else have access to the Pym particle.
Yeah, he doesn't perfect it until against.
I'm totally with you. I'm in your corner with that.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm like,
that was
okay,
my
I
only
guess
problem
that
with his performance.
the
though.
only reason I'm like, I guess he did take it somewhere is because what's her face straight up says to him, "Yo, it's the particles messing with your head," and I was like, okay, well, I guess somehow he's around it.
Maybe
it's like
maybe
irradiating.
because he's doing like Lex Luthor
Here's
with
the-
the
here's-
kryptonite ring style.
Here's how that performance
That's
would have
why
been.
he's bald.
Yeah, here's how that performance could have been like a knockout for me. Is if
Michael Rosen.
Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah.
If it would have
No.
been we
Speaking
would
of Lex Luthor and bald.
if we would have saw the struggle of him as a good man turning bad, that would have been like this tragic downfall. Would have been astounding. It would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Or if we had just like kind of gone with him being bad all the time, like with and it, like had more of a struggle with Hank Pym being like, man, I should have never taken him on as because he was a bad seed from the start.
Yeah.
Like something like that. Like I agree.
Well, 'cause-
like we should have gone one way or the other, not just kind of like.
Well, here's the thing: like you meet him in the beginning, he's like, "Hey, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hank Pym. It's been a while since I've seen you. Hey, here's the technology I was working on. By the way, fuck you."
Yeah, right?
That was the rest of the movie was 0 to 60.
That was a really tough character change right there.
I mean, you look at him in like the posters and the trailers, and he's always like,
I mean, like he's gonna be the bad guy, but I was just shocked that it was
He's
Yeah.
always
like,
the bad guy because he's bald. Bad guys are always bald.
yeah.
Unless
Yeah,
you're Grant
take
rather
that, Charles
bald-
Xavier.
Take that, The Rock.
Yeah. But no,
Silver Surfer.
Jake, also, as you were mentioning the scene where Hope says, it's the particles getting to you, and you see him turn to face her and the camera, and you instantly see he's primed himself to start putting tears in his eyes.
Well, there's a moment when he turned to her like
he's a little bitch.
Well, no. I know what you're talking about. That scene when she was like, you used to be a good ear. We can help you. And he turns to her, and I was like, okay, what he's gonna do here? We're gonna see the facade. We're gonna see the facade drop. We're gonna see the real guy. And he goes, no, I should shoot him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was like, no, you lost me now, dude. Fuck you. Fuck you, sir.
It's like they really rushed every single chance they had to give him any real progression
people
to
are
evil bastard.
Really fast at putting on suits in this movie too.
Yeah.
Like in the jail cell.
Oh yeah.
When he's like, you have 10 seconds, and like it counts down to like 8 before it cuts away to the guard walking in, and then fucking the next thing we see is him like putting the helmet on, and the ants are still counting like 2, which means within 6 seconds he has put on this entire suit.
I mean, I guess it's a onesie, but still, like to fit in that,
And then at the end of the movie, when Corey Stoll puts the yellow jacket suit on, it's like, boom, camera turns to the left, turns back to the right, in the suit. Mm-hmm. Already.
Also,
and already knows how to pilot it really well.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he maybe, tested it out, figured out how to work it. But
does anybody go out harder in a Marvel movie than Corey Stoll's Yellow Jacket?
Damn, right?
His arm goes in on itself, and he's like, ugh, and he's like still conscious to watch his arm.
He becomes a singularity.
Yeah. Like he sees his arm go inside his body, and then he's like, and he like collapses in on himself. And I was like, because at the end, like Josh was talking, he's like, dude, man, he fucking like in on himself. Like, I can't think of a.
Weren't there?
I'm trying to think of the other villains real quick.
What about Whiplash and Malekith?
Yeah, Malekith has kind of a death like that, right?
Whiplash just blows up.
Yeah.
Well, he's got.
I mean, it sucks, but like
he's got the beams from both Iron Man and War Machine going against him.
I wouldn't say
time.
that's.
I mean, the end
more of
game.
an instant death.
The end game is all the same, and it sucks. But like how they get there, like I'm trying to think. Like
Malekith's rough because he loses like an arm to like the dimension cut.
Yeah.
And then he like just like. Basically the same thing. He's like and like implodes on himself.
Yeah.
What about and wasn't there in like Guardians, didn't someone have like a singularity bomb or something like that?
Well, that was in Thor 2.
Was that Thor 2?
Yeah,
had
the
grenades.
singularity grenades.
And so basically the same thing happened to those guys.
The assistant for the Collector when she grabs the power gem.
Oh yeah, she goes up pretty hard.
Yeah.
I guess for like main villains
out.
Yeah.
And the assistant in Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For no reason gets killed fucking hard as shit.
Other than the
3
accent.
times.
Yeah.
She's the only one with a really thick accent in that one.
I mean,
she had to go.
So do you kill all people with thick accents? Then?
Yeah. That's why Malekith had to go.
Yeah.
Bottom line, Chris Eccleston is Malekith, even though that villain is a weaker villain. Not his fault. Doesn't have a lot to do. That's the problem with the character.
He had a thick accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe
he
they were like
supposed to be Mads Mikkelsen from Hannibal.
Ooh. He was too busy being in "Bitch Better Have My Money" from the Rihanna music video.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen? I'm not going to go on like long about this, but have you seen the Rihanna video "Bitch Better Have My Money"?
No.
It's like taking music videos to the next level. Like
Michael Jackson did.
Well, like
because
first of all, they're like Rihanna steals like this like trophy wife type lady, and she's naked in the video. She's hanging upside naked, right? And then in the end of the video,
Elizabeth Bathory style.
I don't know, just there's titties hanging out,
unless
piqued
there's
my
blood.
interest.
Well, but yeah, there's blood.
I think Hostel Part 2.
But then in the end of the video, like all throughout the video, it's a 7-minute video, so it's like a mini thing. But they keep cutting back to this like a box. It's like they could fit a body and legs sticking out that are bloody, and you think that's the woman, right? And it pans out on the end of the video, and it's Rihanna, and she's lying in it completely naked, right? With a conveniently placed like $100 bill over the hoo-hoo, the hey and she's like smoking, and she's covered in blood, completely naked. And I was like, because I remember somebody talking.
So
about
yeah,
that.
like Elizabeth Bathory.
Okay, I guess, but like it's
there was a European countess who would bathe herself with the blood of virgins to stay young.
Oh
Okay.
God,
And
they
by-
made a really bad video game
by-
style movie
by
off
hooking,
of that.
They made a
hooking them,
really good
hang them
video
from
game off it, though.
the ceiling
Castlevania Bloodlines for the Sega
upside
Genesis.
down, and she would slit there.
Oh, interesting.
Like
Yeah.
Hostel Part 2.
Yeah,
I've never seen Hostel Part
But there
Two.
was a
It's a
really,
terrible
really
movie.
bad
Well, I
movie
hate
based
those
off
hostile movies.
that mythos.
Anyway, it's a psycho music
and a
video.
really good song.
And Rihanna kills what's his face, Lashif. She kills him in the video.
Mads
and it's
Mikkelsen.
metal. Yeah. So
Hannibal.
if you want to
Burris.
watch it. If you don't, then don't. You don't have to. I mean,
But it takes it to the next level.
I've never seen a music
It's
video.
like Thriller.
I mean, outside of like Cradle of Filth videos, I've never seen a music video like in the mainstream like that whatsoever. Cradle to Enslave, by the way, is the Cradle of Filth video you should check out. It's absolutely out of its mind. But let's talk about the end credit scenes.
Well, you get a mid-credits and an end. The mid-credits kind of sets up what's next in the Ant-Man world. I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good looking outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you
And
get
it's not
somebody like
done completely
you
yet,
get
but-
somebody like Evangeline Lilly.
She was good.
I'm fine with her being the Wasp.
Yeah. You know, and of course, obviously, the end credits tease up Civil War pretty hard. And we know Paul
Yeah.
Rudd's in Civil War
Mm-hmm.
because he's
Oh, they mentioned Spider-Man.
said that there's a
Did they?
passing reference.
They say
Oh.
crawling on walls.
Yeah, apparently
swinging around.
that was completely unplanned. That line, like that was before Marvel and
Like
Sony had
oh.
finalized their deal.
Oh, they just, so they got
Well,
away
that's
without
fine.
saying.
You know, in
anything.
the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, they say Superman. So
They have
Yeah.
so many Superman and like they have a Shazam reference. They have so many Superman references in that movie. It's insane.
yeah,
Like running down the.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, but then too. Yeah.
They do it
Yeah.
in both, I think, because
After in the parade, I guess.
when Mary Jane's like hanging there, she's like, eh, and like Harry gets knocked out. He like runs towards the camera, and you know,
And then there's also that part where he's
By the way,
web
the is him ripping open his shirt.
web
by the way.
slinging around the world to turn back time.
He does that. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah. We'll never know how Mary Jane survived the original cut.
Yeah,
You-
Yeah.
Jo-
I'll
Josh,
have to ask Jeff Johns.
Josh, you had posted that thing that the original plot for Amazing Spider-Man 3 was he brings his parents back to life.
Oh, yeah. Well, they were teasing
Same
the
with Dennis
idea that
Leary.
he'd get basically like some kind of potion thing that would like
Yeah.
bring them back, possibly bring back Captain Stacy.
So he would
Oh my God,
put them in the Lazarus pit.
Lazarus.
Lazarus.
The
yeah, basically something
That-
along that stupid
the
plot line.
alternate ending to Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh
it's
my
his.
God.
It's you've seen it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah, with his dad
Mm.
visiting him at the grave, being like, "Be a hero."
The sad thing
I'm
is
your
that was like the first thing I did when I got it on Blu-ray. I was just
watch
like-
that.
I was like, I have to see this if this is real. The weird thing is like Andrew Garfield's performance and it's solid. Like he's really good in
He's
it.
the best part of the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. But like even in that stupid scene, he's really really good in it. I was hoping it'd be like this, like he was having a vision because he's sitting out there in front of Gwen Stacy's grave,
Just
like
crying.
day after day after day, like hallucinating. But no, it's real, man. It's stupid, and we'll never see that part, and that's fine with me.
Oh, thank God.
But yeah, so it's pretty cool. I mean, we're really good. I mean, Civil War is like the biggest.
I hope Guns
thing,
N'
right?
Roses "Civil War" is the theme song.
I
for
love
it.
that song.
It was on the radio today.
Was it?
Yeah.
That might be my favorite Guns N' Roses song.
I hate the sound of whistling, but I love that song.
Yeah, it's such a good song. Civil War.
Yeah, but you guys saw, you two saw another movie
Yeah.
this weekend. A
Yeah.
little Judd Apatow comedy called Trainwreck.
Written and starring Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer.
Also featuring Bill Hader and John Cena and LeBron James.
And LeBron James, and is it Brie Larson?
Yeah, Brie Larson
I love
plays
Brie
Amy
Larson.
Schumer's sister.
She's really good.
Oh,
and
she's so
what's his face? Colin Quinn.
Yeah, Colin
It's great to
Quinn's
see
in it.
Colin Quinn around. I love
And
Colin Quinn.
Dave Attell.
David Tell
the
is the
homeless
homeless
guy.
man.
Oh, we got the Insomniac himself.
Tim Meadows is in it for a bit. There's a
Mhm.
lot of SNL people.
Yeah, a lot of.
My
lot
sister
Of,
informed me that there's the scene of the guy who's like getting his leg checked is really high.
yeah, he's on SNL
He's like
now.
a new
Mhm.
breed.
And
So
same-
they cover so many years of
Same
SNL.
with the black lady on the subway. That,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's on SNL.
my
She's
God, that
she's
scene.
gonna be the she's in the new Ghostbusters.
Is she?
Yeah,
that scene
right?
is fucking unreal.
I'm pretty sure. Well, why am I looking at you? You didn't see Trainwreck,
Yeah.
but you know everything about the new Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which actors?
the I forget her name, but she's the African American.
Oh, Leslie Jones.
Sure.
She's great. She has one of the funniest scenes in the entire
Yeah.
movie. And it's a movie that's full of funny scenes, but her scene is hilarious. Her New Yorkers will probably love it even more.
Oh my God! As a former New Yorker,
I could tell you laughed a little harder because of it.
they're on the subway and the subway train like loses power for a second, and Amy Schumer's like, "Oh my God, what happened?" and Leslie just like, oh well, on these shorter trains sometimes they don't make contact with the third rail and the power goes out. And Amy's like, oh really? And she's like, how the fuck do I know?
Fuck no, I don't know this shit.
Do I look like I work for the MTA?
Yeah, and then the other woman is like, don't fucking touch me. You're bumping into me. Fuck you. And
I
Schumer's like,
laughed my ass off.
Here, let's get, there's a couple just to get out of the way before we totally or
ruin it.
Well, no, before we talk about how much you love the movie. There's a couple things here and there, like blah blah blah, whatever. There's some weird some weird jokes that are kind of weird, and I guess maybe just for humor's sake, to not gross out, but be
Amy has a very kind of
and I think she's really funny, but there's a couple scenes where you're like, they probably didn't have to do that, but for honest to fucking God, man, LeBron James steals the show. For
me, it was John Cena, but LeBron James doesn't.
The only reason I say LeBron James over Cena is because Cena's only in Act 1, and LeBron's
he's in the whole movie.
He's constant throughout the entire movie.
And also, this is the first time I've ever seen LeBron James do any kind of acting.
Yeah.
Whereas John Cena basically has been acting for the past 20 years.
Yeah. I've seen LeBron shell out his Sprite remix.
Yeah, that's the most I've seen. But
drank the Sprite
Cena has a couple movies under his belt.
Yeah. No, so, I mean Cena.
He was on Psych.
Cena's the guy who inadvertently sets the emotion, the events in motion for Amy Schumer, because he's a good dude in the movie.
And he has a great ass, and I'm not afraid to say it.
He has a nice ass.
I mean, when you squat 400 pounds, you're gonna get a great ass.
You see a lot of Cena.
You can see him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
you almost see some Cena Pina.
Yeah, you almost see Cena Peen. It's not a
human centipede.
Yeah. The human centipede.
He's waving the
penises.
The flag for the C Nation has quite the pole to wave upon, if I may say.
But one thing I also
he uses it as a towel rack, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he hangs a towel on his dick.
A washcloth.
Let's get
it right. Yeah.
He
does show his ass.
Yeah.
And it's him. It's not some freak body.
Yeah, there's no way it's someone else. But Bill Hader is really solid in it too, and he doesn't rely on any of what you think Bill Hader would rely on. He doesn't do an impression.
Yeah.
He's really just strong as not just a funny guy in the movie. As a really great performance that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, it's a legit performance.
And Amy Schumer, is she's hysterical, and she's playing, I feel very much from her own life, because she wrote it. But really strong at the emotional scenes too, because it's Judd Apatow movie. There's some heavy shit that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of heavy shit.
And he has that beautiful balance between.
He does. He has a really good balance. He has great music choices. I know a lot of people didn't like Funny People. I really love that movie, and it's great. Instead of getting a Beatles song, he got a solo track from each Beatle in the movie, which is kind of cool. So little things like that he's really clever with. He's really great.
What were the 4 solo tracks?
I don't remember.
Are we talking Funny People or are we talking Trainwreck?
Funny People.
Okay.
Yeah, Funny People. He picks 4 Beatles solo tracks.
I think his Harrison track is What Is Life, if I remember correctly.
Maybe, yeah. The Paul McCartney one is it Good Day? I can't remember. It's gonna be a good day, something like that. But it's what starts the movies. Fuck you. He's really great. Brie Larson's fantastic. He casts these great not secondary but supporting characters that really hold up the movie, because the thing that this movie does really well, and I feel like a lot of his movies do really well, is he allows you to hate the main character at certain scenes. There are certain scenes and Amy Schumer is totally in the wrong. She's so in the wrong, and you're not supposed to be yeah, that's right, Amy Schumer. You're no, grow the fuck up, Amy Schumer. In the movie, her name's Amy in the movie. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Can't remember her last name is. Townsend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's a couple scenes in particular where you're no, you need to fucking grow up, and and again, it's a nice little moment nice moments that Judd Apatow uses to see the growth of the character. Also, Tilda Swinton is insane in the movie as the boss.
Oh yeah,
totally batshit crazy. But
it took me so long to figure out that that's who it was, because that's the first time I've ever seen her with long hair.
Yeah, she doesn't look like normally.
It's so weird.
Like in Vanilla Sky.
Yeah.
Well,
or
hasn't
any
a
other
lot
movie.
of the more recent films she's been in, it's kind of like tried her hardest to hide
Well, I
her
mean,
appearances
was
in
it
it?
Snowpiercer?
Snowpiercer?
I mean, she looks.
Oh my god,
she looks really.
She was
really
amazing
different.
in Snowpiercer.
She was amazing in that movie.
Her and Chris Evans were
yeah.
like the best parts, and then the rest of it.
I wasn't a fan.
I
of that
wasn't.
movie.
I'm not Team Snowpiercer.
No, me
I
neither.
am.
Or her appearance in Constantine?
I love
yeah,
that
yeah.
movie.
That's
As
good.
Gabriel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to Jake the other day, and I was like, maybe not the best Constantine movie, but a damn good
Fucking
movie.
love that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've
Yeah.
talked about it plenty of times on here.
Are there multiple Constantine movies?
yeah. I
And-
guess if you combined all 13 episodes.
And going back to Doctor Strange, she's
And
gonna be
just
in
as
that too.
quickly
Is she?
as,
Yeah.
and just as quickly canceled.
yeah.
Although she was cast as the Ancient One in Doctor Strange, which is going to be
Awesome.
She's a chameleon, man. She's really
Yeah.
good. I mean, she.
I'm team Tilda, yeah.
She's great.
Loved her in Burn After Reading, though. That's
yeah.
Brad Pitt and George Clooney's game. And John Malkovich. John Malkovich.
Oh, God.
fucking- yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and what's his face?
Osborne Cox. Yes, hello, this is Osborne Cox. Who the fuck are you? That's you fuckers. I'm back. I'm better. I'm back. I love Burn After. Burn After Reading for me is the most underrated. Yeah, Brad Pitt's like,
I love
Best
that movie.
role,
It's
maybe?
so good.
but that's like, for me that's the most underrated.
They shot
Coen
it in
Brothers movie.
Georgetown.
Yeah, yeah. It all takes quite a bit of it on the mall too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's up there with I think it's right below The Big Lebowski for me. I would go that far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so
So
you guys
Trainwreck was hilarious.
you guys dug it.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's the probably the first like what I would consider like rom-com
Mm-hmm.
that I've actually like thoroughly enjoyed. You
Yeah,
know?
we were talking. Chris and my sister and I saw it, and yeah, we just. I won't even say pleasantly surprised because I was expecting a pretty solid movie, But yeah, I would put it as one of my not my favorite, one of my favorite movies of the year. I just really enjoyed it.
I've thoroughly enjoyed Amy Schumer since she was on Last Comic Standing, the second season, and like I remember when like everyone, like it felt like everyone else figured out who she was right around the time that she did the Ryan Dunn joke at Steve-O's roast, and she was public enemy number 1. And then like what is this 2 years later now or a couple years later now she's got Inside Amy Schumer, and she's like right up there with like she's like the third in command underneath like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler for like female comics now.
Yeah,
or at least it seems.
At least I feel
Yeah.
like she's on the same level, if not higher, as like Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited because I mean she's always one of my favorite guests to listen to on Howard Stern because she's like the one like Howard can't one up her, you know what I mean? Because she's so she'll tell you flat out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she's really quick.
Yeah.
How would you rank Trainwreck compared to the other Apatow films?
Before I saw this movie, my favorite one was probably Funny People. I really you get knocked up, you got 40-year-old virgin, but it was probably Funny People. I know people were like, "What the fuck?" But Eric Bana's in it, so
Eric Bana doesn't say funny people.
he's fantastic in Funny People.
I didn't say he wasn't fantastic.
Oh.
I said he didn't save it.
Oh well, didn't he save it? I mean, I thought it was a good movie. It's like
Yeah, you
it's
don't
like,
save something that don't need saving.
it's like a boat that's not sinking, and someone's like, "I got it." It's like no,
And
it's
they swim out.
Yeah, Eric Bana, stay on the boat. It's fine. I thought that movie was good.
Eric Bana, just get prepared for the demon possession movie.
Yeah.
Deliver Us
Oh
from Evil.
God,
That's
I
what
want to
it's
watch that again.
called. All right, I just remembered.
Scott
about it.
Derrickson, of course, now directing Doctor Strange.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
right.
got Joel McHale in it,
That's right.
who's also in the new season
I-
of X-Files.
I enjoyed the Deliver Us from Evil. I mean, it was stupid, but I enjoyed it. Anyway,
I thought it was great.
I would put Trainwreck as maybe my favorite, but it's good because I love Judd Apatow, but This Is 40 was like a nightmare for me, and I think part of it is honestly because
You're not 40.
I'm not there yet. I mean, it has to be because, and also Sam was made me realize Leslie Mann's not in the movie. She's usually in like every Judd Apatow movie.
Because they're married.
Yeah, but she's not in this.
She's like Mila Jovovich being in a Paul W.S. Anderson movie.
Indeed.
Yep.
An apt comparison.
apt pupil.
So
Oh, I was about to say that too.
there's
I was
the
like, do I want to make a Nazi reference right now?
That's a movie reference that happens to be about a Nazi.
Yeah, like The Devil's Arithmetic is Nazi arithmetic, but the name of the book is The Devil's Arithmetic. And the movie stars Kirsten Dunst.
And just because I'm saying Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade doesn't mean I'm saying, yay, let's get an autograph from Hitler.
Hey, I got
It just happened to happen. Harrison Ford turned around and had a book open.
I got into a debate with our buddy Adam over this. Is Ant-Man MacGuffin heavy? Because he didn't seem to think so, and I seem to think so. Like, I thought the Yellow Jacket suit was a MacGuffin, because it's a minor plot point that gears the entire... But
it pays off.
It does, but...
Because the last battle is with Yellow Jacket.
Just kind of like...
But I feel like that right there negates it being a MacGuffin.
Yeah, that was his argument. I feel like it's almost inconsequential. It's like we got to do something with it. Kind of like the Crystal Skull in Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, the MacGuffin. And yeah, it pays off in that it teleports all the Soviets to like Dimension Z. But you kind of have to do something. Because for me, Kingdom of the Crystal, the Crystal Skull is like MacGuffin Prime.
Can you fill in the idiot to your right what you're talking about?
MacGuffin
I
is...
thought it was a McDonald's thing.
No, that's a McMuffin.
Oh, shit.
That's
No,
why
man,
they
it's
keep
pigeons
looking
and
at me
doves,
stupid
pigeons and
when I
doves.
try
Yeah.
to order that.
Can I get the Egg McDuffin?
Yeah, that's what gears your day along. All for that minor object.
So a MacGuffin is a plot point that's presented as a major plot point, and it's what drives the story along, and then in some way, shape, or form doesn't really pay off. Like the only thing that's coming to my mind right now is the Ultimate Deadpool episode of Ultimate Spider-Man, where he literally says, I need to retrieve this information about General MacGuffin.
Yeah.
And then General MacGuffin doesn't exist. It was literally just a reason for him to like beat up Taskmaster.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like the Shankara stones, though you could argue that they pay off when they burn Molaram. But I always thought Shankara stones from Temple of Doom are a
Thank you.
MacGuffin.
Well, yeah, well then, I
Yes,
definitely don't
yeah.
see the Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, I see
Suit.
that as paying off.
Yeah, well, because going into this, I knew that, of the limited number of villains he was going to fight, one of them could have been Yellow Jacket, and...
Had to be.
I mean, the whole thing for Yellow Jacket is like
saying-
his suit.
That's like again, comparing it to Iron Man, the first Iron Man movie, like, it's like the Ironmonger suit.
Yeah, specifically like the thing in Tony's chest. Because that's what Jeff Bridges wants, the entire time. He's like, I want this to power my Iron Giant suit.
And if it turned out in the very
The
end
Iron
that...
Giant suit?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the Iron Giant.
Well, yeah, and if it
I'll
turned out
pop
at
it
the very
away.
end that Tony didn't actually need that thing to...
Well, he's got
Power
he's
his-
got the other one.
I know.
He's got the proof that he has a heart.
Yeah, but I mean, if it turned out being that, hey, I actually don't need an arc reactor. I just need love and support from friends.
Like I would
And
argue,
an arc reactor.
and of course, Avengers: Infinity War is going to negate this. But at least in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, the Infinity Stone is largely a MacGuffin, in my opinion.
Yes.
Because
For the Guardians of the Galaxy film, yes.
I still don't see that because the accused like takes it
With
and
Jodie Foster?
yes.
yes,
Okay.
like Nell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the accuser. Damn it, God, fake geek.
I was going to let you
Fake
have
geek
it. I was
boy.
going to let you have it.
No, but then Jake had to ruin it for everyone.
Just had to invoke Foster.
Yeah.
Foster
like-
the
Yet
people.
again. Foster's home for imaginary friends.
Yeah.
Foster, it's Australian for beer.
Yeah.
Foster's Grill in Manassas. It's a great burger joint. Go there.
But yeah,
There's also one in Dulles.
the Infinity Stone. I regarded that as yeah.
Well, no,
I mean, it worked to drive
Like
the film alone, but it didn't matter much in the very end of it all.
no, that's how they killed it. Well, not killed. Killed?
He's
He's dead, right?
Destroyed.
That was
Yeah.
that
he
was
gets, he
the
gets
final-
red skulled. He
Yeah.
might come back later.
Yeah, that was what was used to vanquish the evil.
Whereas I wouldn't count the Cosmic Cube or the Tesseract as they like, because apparently Cosmic Cube is too comic booky. I don't think that's a MacGuffin because it's there throughout. Like the Red Skull,
It's used.
he's already got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's already got the fucking Cosmic Cube in all of
And
Captain America.
he uses it to power his weapons. So that's
Yeah.
clearly not.
I don't think that's
not
a
even a
MacGuffin.
Chekhov's gun.
Yeah. Because, yeah.
because again, he's using it throughout the movie.
Yeah, it's not like he'll use it in the third act. It's
Yeah,
like
but-
he does, but he
yeah,
also
but-
uses it in acts 1 through.
But the Yellow Jacket, I would see that more of as Chekhov's gun because it's used in the third act. It's used in the climax.
I could
Same
see
with
that.
same with the Infinity Stone.
I could see it swapping out as a Chekhov's gun. Yeah. And I'm still kind of
I'll
wishy-washy.
check off that from my to-do list.
Yeah, but I'm still wishy-washy
and then
on.
hate myself for that pun.
Well, I'm
I
right up
won't
there.
actually.
I'm
I
right up
love
there with
myself.
Antastic, but the I still count the Infinity Stone as one, but I'll give you the Chekhov's gun for the Yellow Jacket. Yeah, those are some of the. Do you guys count the titular Ark of the Covenant as a Chekhov's gun or as a MacGuffin?
Chekhov's gun. Well, no, because it's utilized. It's utilized at the end. Not the way that anyone thought that it would be, but
Though it's not presented as like an offhand object, like say the telekinesis in Looper.
But no, what they say is like that the arc can be used. You know, any army that carries the arc, you know, is able to vanquish. You know, whatever the line is,
Vanquish armies.
Yeah, and then that's exactly what it does at the end of the movie. Sort of. You know,
It's largely inconsequential in acts until the very end.
Yeah, but it's
like
still
Chekhov's gun.
Yeah,
yeah. But would you concede the Shankara Stone?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because the whole point was to steal it back.
All it does is
heat
up.
It's been too long since. Does he? Well, no. He returns it to the village.
He does
right?
return to the village.
Yeah. So it's not a MacGuffin. If
it's not a gun either.
It's not a Chekhov's gun. It's just an object. Had it not existed, like had it been a fake, like just something to trick him into going there and I don't know, getting zombified, then yes, I would say that that's a MacGuffin. But it exists and it's useful in the sense that he returns it to the village.
But that's all it does. He just brings it back. It's
that's what he was asked to do.
It's like the kids.
He was asked to return it.
Yeah, but it's like the kids. You know, it's like Pacino's diamonds that he has in Ocean's 13. He's all like, "I love my diamonds. They're proof I have awesome hotels." And then they stay like that. I wish I could. That's why the diamonds are there in Ocean's 13. Don't ask.
Also, diamonds are forever.
They are. They're all I need to please me. They can stimulate and tease me. They won't leave in the night. Have no fear that they might desert me. But the
diamonds are also a girl's best friend.
Yeah. They are. I don't know that song. I mean, I know that song, but I don't know the lyrics. So you guys are spared. Me trying to...
This time.
Yeah. This time. But, I consider the diamonds in Ocean's 13...
I'm sorry, real quick.
MacGuffin.
That just reminded me. Like, Sam will randomly break out in the song, like, just randomly.
I mean, I think if you don't do that, you don't have a soul.
Well, no, but Sam does it more than anyone else. And we were at Glory Days
Challenge
today.
accepted.
we were at Glory Days today, and Josh and I were sitting there talking about something... some Comic-Con related something, and Sam comes, walking in. He sits down. And he goes, "The age of Aquarius." What's up, guys?
That's
just
true.
out of nowhere.
That's true. Sam will just randomly have a tune in his head and start singing
Every
it.
day at Comic-Con, it was
Usually-
classic. There was one. It was like the day was defined by a tune.
Usually for me, it's like I hear a word or a phrase that clicks in my head, and I'm like, "Oh, that reminds me of a song. I'm going to sing the next line."
Yeah.
Well, real quick to sign off. What are some of your favorite MacGuffins using, the Chris's definition in, if you can come up, the first one that comes to mind? Because Josh was like, in all of movies? I was like, okay, just the first one that comes to mind.
No, I'm still stupefied by the fucking explanation.
Here's the
of
thing.
what
Like
it is.
Disturbed.
So it's going to have
Just
to
like
be
Yeah.
the Ultimate Spider-Man episode. 'Cause
General MacGuffin.
Here's the thing. Like, I call me stupid. I never ever think about that. I don't know. I never think about MacGuffins or Chekhov's guns or.
yeah, as far as I go, it's still terms I'm not really comfortable with understanding.
I'm gonna say Mr. Body in the Clue movie.
I'm going to say, like I was saying, for me, it's MacGuffin Prime is the Crystal Skull from Indiana Jones, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I still have trouble accepting that as a MacGuffin, but I'll since it's your opinion, I'll let it slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let the court show.
Yeah, because we are asking opinions.
Yeah. But, let us know what your favorite MacGuffins are in the comments.
In the comments below.
Hashtag MacGuffin. Hashtag respect.
Yeah.
Hashtag
never
give up.
Hashtag Cena Peanut.
I saw Cena Peanut. I saw hashtag Cena for Shazam though.
Yeah,
for real
yeah.
though. For real. Not
Hashtag
joking.
Cena the number 4.
Yeah.
Shazam.
Yeah.
I saw him tweet something after we were talking about that all
Oh,
the
yeah?
time, and it was a hashtag respect hashtag never give up.
Yes.
But yeah, guys. So this has been another fucking this one's all over the place. I love it. I love these episodes.
They're the best kind.
Right?
Yeah,
they
the
really
ones-
are.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been another installment of Catching Up. I'm Sam,
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
I'm Josh.
and we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you very much.
Good night, Eric Bana.
Are you kidding me? Dude, just go there, geek out, have a good time.